Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Senior Talking Walks. I am Bill. We are continuing in our guitar series. This is a sub-series. This, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a 12-part series on nothing but chords. We're going to take one chord at a time. So we're going to learn the G chord, the most popular chord on the guitar. They call it the king of songs. They call it the people's chord, G chord. We're actually going to learn 12. We've already, if you've watched some of my videos, you've seen that we've worked with songs that had G and C and E and A and D. I've taught you those particular songs, but we haven't really gone through each chord individual, and that's what we're going to do in this series. These are going to be short videos, but right to the point, okay? G is going to be our first chord, and in every one I'm going to remind you each time when we do one of these videos the basics of the guitar. Remember to hold it up carefully and where it's comfortable for you. This hump, this little indentation right here is for you to sit comfortable on your leg and push the bass of the guitar up here into your body. Sit up as straight as you can because that's going to allow you to move your thumb, put your thumb behind the neck and move your fingers up like this so that you can go straight down, okay? This is an acoustic guitar. It's not an electric guitar. If it was, we would be playing all up and down this area. But since it is an acoustic, we want to keep our strumming right here to where the opening hole is, okay? That's what we're going to do. Most of these chords are going to be on the first 3 frets. They're that easy. A couple of them will be a little bit different, but for the most part, they're all going to be right here. The G chord, GG, as my grandkids call my wife, GG. It's an easy chord. So here we go. You ready? Now, remember the G note is right up there. That's where it is. Okay, G note. That's G, and this is the E string. E is the first string. Usually when we talk about strings 1 through 6, we're talking about this one, the very first one down here, the highest note, which is the smallest wound string that there is. And then there's B. And then there's G. Is the third one. And then there's D. And then there's A. And then there's E. All 6 strings. E, A, D, C, B, E again. So you got the high B and you got the bass E, okay? Now, when you see these chord charts, and you will see them either over here or over here, you'll see the way the little chart is, and you'll see usually a double line on one end, and that's where the neck is. That's where it starts here. And then you'll see that first row, which is the first fret, then the second fret, then the third fret and fourth fret, and all the way down. And as you see the little circle that's colored in over that string, that first string, well, that means that would be this note right here if you saw that. And then if you saw one on the second string in the second fret, that would be that note, okay? So you can see wherever the little dots are, that's the fret and that's the string that you're going to push down, okay? Now, in addition to that, look at the little circles. There's little circles by the strings that you want to hit, and then there's X's by the ones that you don't. So if we were playing an A chord, for instance, an A chord, you can use strings 5 through 1, like this. But you don't want to hit the E chord, the E note. It's not in that pattern, so you'll see a little X by this last note. So the G chord is one of the easiest chords to play on the guitar. It's just because it's the way it's spread out and the way that your hand can fit here. As long as your thumb is underneath, you're only actually doing 3 strings, okay? So you want, there's 2 bass notes that you can hit with G. Some people will play the G with just 2 notes, where you can hit you put your third finger on the first string here, and then you bring your second finger all the way to the 6th string. Some people just play it like that, and they use this finger to kind of deaden the 5th string because you're not going to use that. And that is, so it's like there's nothing there, and then But what I like to do is do it, if you do it the right way, you're using your first finger for some bass there, okay? So you're putting your first finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret here, and then then you do the same thing that I said a minute ago, that you bring your 2nd finger over here to the bass string, the bass E, bass G that is, that's on 6th string, and then you bring your 3rd finger all the way up here to the first string on the 3rd fret. Then you can hit every note. Practice that a lot by keeping your thumb up underneath there and make every note sound out. See that one I needed to work on. See? Then I get it, you move your hand around until you get that. You see what was holding that back. Where you want to do it. Every single note, make sure it sounds out. So you can move your hand around a little bit, okay, your wrist on the frets, because you'll see that if you just move it slightly a little bit, you'll start deadening out some of the notes. So move it around till you still get comfortable and sound every note out. 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. G, 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 G. The most popular chord on the guitar. As I said, it's called the people's chord. They call it the king of songs. The G chord. You have to learn this G chord. It's so easy, okay? Once again, you're on the 3rd fret to start. You can bring your 2nd finger around to the 3rd fret, 6th string. Bring your 3rd finger up underneath all the way to the 1st string, 3rd fret. Then bring your 1st finger all the way over here to the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Move your hand up a little bit, just like I did, like I'm trying to do, so they won't deaden out. Okay, see, I'm even having to move it around myself a little bit. And I know you've heard me say it many, many times before. I had to clip my fingernails and trim them right before I came here today, because if you don't have them trimmed, it's going to be really tough to push the notes down. You're actually going to develop little calluses on the end of your fingers, which is a good thing, because you really can't feel it as you're moving around. If you're a beginner and you're first starting to play, you're going to be a little sore for a couple of days, but just keep on playing. Go through the pain. Play through the pain, because the more you play and the more you push down on these strings, the easier it's going to be. You can push harder and you're not going to feel any pain, okay? G chord, G chord. Here's just a simple 3-chord song that G is the main song. It actually it goes from D to C to G, but it's Sweet Home Alabama. Here's the G. G, 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 D, C, C, G, G. The G chord. The most famous, the most popular chord out there. Okay, now, I'm going to take it one more step, but I'm going to show you, for those of you who may be a little bit further advanced, but I'm going to show you the bar chord for G, okay? Because it's the same thing. Anytime you want to play this version of G, you go right ahead. But if you'd like to see the 6-string bar chord, here it is. Listen to this beautiful thing. Ooh, it's the same chord, but listen to that, because you're using all 6 strings really, really good. The bar chord is like, if you watch my other videos, it's the same finger alignment on every single fret. You could do it here, 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 here. You're not moving your hands. That's what's so nice about the bar chord, because you can go up and down. You can just completely go up and down with it. Tequila. G, G. A, G, A, G, G, A, G, A. That's an A. That's a G. That's an F. It's a C up here. See how it's the same thing? Here's a C chord. Here's a C on the bar chord. Here's a G. Here's the bar chord G. So the way you do it, this first finger, this is when you really need to keep that thumb behind the net, because you're going to swing around and you're going to bar all 6 strings with your first index finger. Your second finger goes on the next fret. Let's start it from the first fret, so it's in the F. That's an F chord, actually. We're barring all 6. We're bringing our second finger to the second fret, third string. You're bringing your third finger to the 5th string, 3rd fret. And you're bringing your little pinky right below it on the 3rd fret, 4th string. Like that, but then you're barring all 6. So we're talking about G chord. It's just 2 up, because remember, that's where you've been doing this. It's the same fret. But that's where your finger is going to bar all of those. G, 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 G. Oh, G. Oh, G. You've learned the OG chord. You've learned the G chord. Very, very simple to play. You will play this chord over and over and over. Learn this chord. Learn this chord. Make sure every note sounds out. Make sure that thumb is underneath there, okay? Push straight down on these strings. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make sure they all sound out. G. Now, we're going to do some more strumming videos down the path here a little bit, and I just did one on my channel. You can go back and look at that one. It's called Bill's 5 Famous Strumming Techniques. But once you learn this G, like this, go ahead and just start kind of practice strumming a little bit with it. Here's that single strum here that we've talked about. We're just strumming down, down, down. You want to do the down, up, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And my famous, the choo-choo train. But you can't get that, you can't get there until you get this, okay? Because once you learn this, and once you get the feel of this, we're going to start transitioning. I'm going to show you how to transition so easy. I'm not even looking at the guitar neck, right? I'm just doing it by touch. C to G to D to E to a bar chord. I'm not even looking. And that's what you're going to get to. Just keep practicing, okay? G, G, G. It is your friend. G, G is your friend. So, stay tuned. Keep watching these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel so you can see the next series. The next one that we're going to do is C. We're going to do G, C, D, E. Those are the first 4 we're going to do. And then you're going to go back and you're going to be able to play so much easier these songs that we've put on my channel, that I put on my channel up to this point. Most all of them are just within those first 3 or 4 chords like that. So you're going to learn that. So practice as much as you can. Keep it up, keep it up. I'm so happy to see your comments. I've gotten a lot of comments from you guys. And in fact, the comments led me to do this series on these particular chords. So we're going to take them one at a time in this series. But I'm going to continue to put the song videos out, the covers, and we're going to learn one song at a time. But we're also I want to teach the very beginners. If you're a very beginner, I want you to learn this series of 1 chord at a time. Okay? So until next time, I love you guys. Stay strong. Keep your brain active. Keep running. Keep walking. We'll see you next time on Senior Talking Walks.